Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name's Abdul Karim, and today I'm going to tell you guys about one of the devil's secrets. Now, this is his secret tricks of the trade. You know, one of the tricks he uses to get us to sin more easily. This trick is so kind of subtle, but it's so powerful because you don't think it's powerful when it's like a small amount, but when it builds, you kind of see the momentum. And what I'm talking today is about the whispering that we have more time, right? Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how much time we have. It's not until He sends the angel of death to go cut us that we realize that we're gonna die, because we live our lives like la-di-da-di-da, everything's going fine, and then someone says, boom, you have terminal cancer, or your old age, or you have a heart attack, and then you start thinking, I could die. But then the devil's like, well, there's always hope. And I'm not trying to smush anyone's hope. We're all gonna die, right? We all hate the word death. In fact, we don't even like saying the word death. We like saying he passed on, he's gone to a better place, he's moved up in the world. We think that by softening the impact, it somehow makes death any less than what it is. Now, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, you're going to die. We're all going to die. We're human beings. We die, right? I know people out there, but jellyfish and lobsters, calm down. Those are not human beings. Those are animals, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made. He gives us, he gives that an example to show us, that this is what I can do, but you guys are meant to die. I don't know if that was his intention. It seems pretty obvious that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could have made us immortal, but He chose not to. Why? What life is about. Humans, we live, we die, and it's what we do between those 2 points that define us as human beings. We then got to consider that if we're doing this, going about life, and we know we're gonna die, then we know that at the end of everything, there's gonna be some kind of recompense for what we do. We as Muslims know this. We know that once we reach the akhirah, once we're done with the dunya and we reach the akhirah, we're like, oh, now we're gonna find out what we did, and we're gonna have to answer for what we did. And all of you guys out there, if you're ever thinking, I could be good today, or I could be good tomorrow because I still have time, remember that's a trick of the devil. He always makes you want to seem like you got more time than you have. People can be on their deathbed, right? And at some point they said to themselves, I'll convert to Islam when I'm on my deathbed, right? And they're on their deathbed, and the devil was still whispering that don't convert to Islam, you still have time. There's always this concept of you still have time. That is a lie. We don't know when we're gonna die. It's not for us to know. I know there are some few cases out there, some people are watching, I know, there's a guy who's like, we've heard of these things where sometimes the angel of death appears to one of our Muslim brothers and sisters and says, your time is limited. But even the person doesn't know when they're going to die. There was a case where it took 3 days and then the guy died. Or it was later that day. Or, so many things like this. It's not like we know the exact moment, because that is something that is the unseen. We as human beings, we don't know the unseen. So, a trick of the devil is he's going to make you think that no matter what, you have more time to do something right. To do something evil now, let's screw over those bankers, screw over that family that we're dealing with. Especially the people in business, they always think they have more time, and that's why they're so... You notice that sometimes people who are super into business are super into health. Why? Because they're terrified of death. They know deep down that what they've done is gonna be highly against them when they're called to account for it. But anyway, but everyone's got this idea, well, I've got more time. If I get super healthy, then I can live a little bit longer. I can cheat death a little bit longer. You're not cheating anyone, but ladies and gentlemen, you're not cheating anyone other than your own self. You know that death will come for you. We all will die. You know, say it with me. I'm gonna die. Okay, if you just scream that out loud at some random place, you probably freak some people out. You know, imagine you're on a train, you just scream, I'm gonna die! It's like, everyone around you is freaking out. But anyway, just joking. Don't scream, I'm gonna die if you're like in a public place. But we're all going to die at some point. We're human beings. We live, we propagate, we die. Well, we do also other things, but... anyway, back to the point. You don't know when your end is going to come, ladies and gentlemen. Your end could be right around the corner. My end could be right around the corner. I could walk out this room and, die, So please, I'm calling you all to goodness. Remember your maker. Be a good Muslim. Do what you feel is right. If somebody's out there and you're a businessman or woman, or if you're in any kind of business, because for the majority of us, we have to work. We have to make a livelihood. But sometimes we're like, well, I could mess with somebody's life, screw them over, I could lie to them just to get ahead in life. You're pushing that person underwater so that way you can breathe, right? You're feeling like, oh, I have to destroy everything, I have to destroy the opposition. I have to, do anything to get ahead because we have this fear in us that we're going to lose. And we have this fear that everything that we have now is so important that our soul is not even that important. We feel like, oh, our soul is just this thing, and hopefully if we were good people, and what we consider good is at least friendly, right? Even though these people can be, some people can be mean all the time, but as long as we consider ourselves friendly, then that's considered good. I mean, goodness is, giving to people. It's about being a humane human. That's why we call it humane. It originates from the word human. It's to be good, to give goodness. The Humane Society, they're trying to do good things. They're trying to do good by people. So I'm calling you all, please, whenever you get that instinct to, slightly lie to somebody, when you feel like, you must cheat or lie or do anything that would, is wrong in your heart, don't do that thing. Remember these lectures, remember what I'm telling you, and remember your maker, remember your Rabbul Alameen, and come to goodness. Please, all my brothers and sisters, come to goodness.